It's XCOM2. Welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We have no time to stand around today. At the end of the last episode, we got hit with a retaliation mission. And as soon as I click the bridge here, we're going straight into it. So there's nothing really for it, to be honest. We've got 24 available troops. We are more than prepared for this. There is something that we do need to keep in mind, and that is the alien UFO still very much is hunting us and could strike at any time. So that's going to drop us down to, having a bit less available should the UFO immediately follow this. And, things all just happen at once, apparently. But we'll get after it, put a squad together, and then stop this retaliation. We could attach a big hopefully to that as well, I think. We're down in West Africa for this one. Exile are on the ground, and if I recall correctly... Take a look. Okay, no, they didn't get their upgrade. But they did. Don't know why I had that in my mind. Chrysalids, elite officers, advanced hunters, elite troopers, purifiers, and firebursters. So nothing too strenuous on the ground for us. Exalt are probably going to be the interesting element of this. Of course, we don't know what the map's going to be either. And some retaliation maps have been known to be a bit peculiar as well. Hazel, seeing as they are, already here, will bring. We shouldn't look down on that kind of commitment to the cause. And then beyond that, it's a bit of a difficult one because, I want to bring people that are close to their promotions, but also I want to make sure that we've got an effective squad, right? Where are we, first of all? We're in a shanty town, it's arid. Okay, that means a marksman should serve, so that'll be Clav. We'll bring in Griffith as well. We've already sort of had the conversation about Griffith and the lack of tactical rigging. This still may well be tactical rigging, so, beyond tactical rigging, though, Griffith can provide a lot. Let's not pretend otherwise. It's not just all about the tactical rigging. The tactical rigging is just such a nice bonus for Reapers to have. What else, though? I feel like we could probably do with bringing militias here. It would be nice to get another sort of high-ranked Marine. A sapper would do us some good as well. To that end, it's going to be Brenwan or Zentrisa here, and I'm thinking it's probably, considering we haven't got any Vipers on the ground, we'll bring Brenwan. And then really we're going to need an answer to the Chrysalids. So I think we'll go for Rymir. Yeah. Alrighty. Tradition holds. We'll fade to black. When we're back, this squad will be equipped and ready to go. One moment. Okay, so a pretty sort of traditional spread of equipment here. There's a couple of little extra bits that I want to quickly take care of, though. First things first, the AP that Rami is sitting on. Is there anything in here that's also worth grabbing? I kind of want to say yes, and I'm struggling to sort of say what that is. I actually think an extra point in zone of control would be quite nice, because zone of control right now is 6 tiles, so that would up it to 7, and also provide that aim and mobility penalty. So yeah, I think that's worth a burn. We're not bringing any blue screens, black ice rounds on this mission. The only sort of thing that would be necessary to bring them for would be the Paladin Fireburster and the subsequent shields that it could generate. So because there's no mechanical enemies, I'm not too worried about that. One other thing I wouldn't mind buying, and I'm probably going to buy, is with Brenwan here, grabbing Burnout. Incendiary grenades and rockets have a chance to cause organic targets to scatter or panic. Bremen also comes equipped with concentrated corrosives, but again, there's no real use for that on this mission, whereas I think we can get a lot of work done with the incendiary bomb there. Malicious is running Viper rounds and AP rounds on Clav, just checking for personal combat sims here, and the mobility is kind of tempting to throw onto Malicious here, but they're already on 13, so we should be alright. So with all that said and done, I think this is going to be us. We'll hit the ground for Operation Walking Mask. Clav, Griffith, Malicious, Hazel, Brenwan and Rymir. Stopping ourselves an Advent retaliation. The massive radio tower in the background there. They are enormous, eh? We're quite close to the forge facility as well, how it goes. It's all happening down in West Africa. It's been a fair while since our last retaliation mission. I think our last one, if I remember correctly, went really well. But I could just be saying that and misremembering as a means of, you know, giving myself a bit of confidence going into this one. Typically, they're not too bad. We've had a few retaliation missions that have been scary, and of course, famously, we did lose Aussie Mix in a retaliation mission when the Viper King showed up. Although at that time, Aussie Mix was part of a very inexperienced squad thrust into an awful situation, so, you know, see less and less of that these days. As for geography, we've mentioned West Africa. We are specifically in Liberty Canyon. These resistance havens sure know how to name themselves. And it does in fact look like a canyon, so, you know, credit where credit's due.
Menace 1-5, hostile forces are attacking the outpost. Eliminate all enemy units and protect those civilians. Advent came in hot and so did we. You won't have a concealed position for deployment on this one.
We should be fine, because we have got quite a few. We've got half the squad that does get concealment. Okay, we are in the corner. Well, more or less. I think we'll pop Clav here. I don't love this RV. Yeah, I don't love where it is. Blocking a pretty significant sightline. And looks like we are going to see a bit of an up-down situation insofar as elevation goes. We'll bring Griffith up here and see if they can spot anything. A civilian, and we would end up at a pit. But this is very similar to that mission I was just talking about before. You know, the mission where Aussie Mix went down. We'll push forward a bit with Griffith along here, see what if they can spot anything. So far, so nothing, huh? Okay. Well, we'll move along this way then.
Good to go.
And I kind of wish I hadn't put Clav there, but it'll be fine.
Getting it done.
Move!
I do feel like... No, we're going to move Clav. We're going to move Clav.
Got it, moving.
Bring them back.
Heading there now.
Kind of thinking to myself, maybe it's worth keeping an eye on what's going on over here. But if the entirety of the squad's moving in one direction, it would be a bit strange to just leave Clav all by the lonesome.
So many choices.
No ruler this time then. Just this guy with his sniper rifle. The general ability we saw last time we dealt with the Hunter is quite scary because he's summoning some pretty meaty units when he uses that. The rest of this, though, is fine. We've got explosions available to take advantage of, but I think, actually, Exalt are probably where the blaster bomb is going to end up going.
The Elder's chosen, and it's not going to make things easy on us. Let's try to take care of it as quickly
Indeed,
as possible.
Exalt are the entire reason behind bringing the blaster bomb. The other concern here is that these Chrysalids, should they deign to attack the civilians, will multiply quite quickly and heavily.
There's not much sport in this, but it is amusing.
And our first set of enemies are actually pretty close by then. They're here. Okay, that's pretty good actually. I think moving Clav was probably the wrong call.
On the move.
So back you go. And then what we want to do is probably... Yeah, there's our purifier there. Exalt dropping in here. Okay, we need to position ourselves in such a way then that we can start putting work into Exalt as soon as is reasonably possible. To do that, we're going to need an idea of exactly what's going to cause these to activate on us. So we'll move Griffith forward.
Eyes on a hostile patrol.
There's 4 there, actually. Oh, I'm glad I checked that. There's our way up. We're not going to be able to Overwatch Exalt here. That's for certain. So instead, I think we need to move in, ready to get up onto this high ground probably on the next turn. The concern is that I'd really like Hazel to move here, but I don't know what's along here. There was, however, yes, Rymir's in concealment too. Doesn't really get the opportunity to see much else though, huh? Still, it's worth going. Doesn't look like there's anything else down there, so we'll, a bit risky, but
Solid copy.
keep those fingers crossed. Okay, good. It all worked out. And then Bremen and Malicious should be able to... Now, we don't know exactly if the 2 down here would activate on this move. So I think we'll play the safer option here and bring Malicious and Brenwyn down here rather than the slightly faster way up that they would achieve by going to round the corner.
Get out there and fight.
3 Grenadiers? Surely not. 4 Grenadiers? No, that's a skirmisher. That's a Grenadier. There are 2 grenades throwing fools here. They've actually moved away, which is kind of interesting. This might be what Clav starts taking care of. That's unfortunate because that's Chrysalids all over the place.
Not far enough.
And that's unfortunate as well because that's a bit of a cover problem for Brenwyn there.
Before the strike.
However, I'm gonna go out and say we might actually just be able to clean Exalt up this turn. That pack down there is still a bit of a problem, but one thing at a time. And that's Griffith spotted. It's good that the skirmishers hunkered down wherever it's ended up down there. Okay, fine. Skirmisher there on Exalt is probably the biggest threat that they've got on the field right now. Hey, Bremen. Incendiary Bomb 2, if you'd be so kind. We'll skip out on the Purifier and we'll go for the 3 in the back instead. Purifier would still take some damage from the Incendiary Bomb, but it's not going to achieve the optimum result. Optimal. Big crit on the Hunter there, good grief. Okay. Now with this one being panicked, that would actually mean no risk of counterattack, But it would have to be a shotgun to the face to secure the kill, huh? We'll come back to that. Flav, meanwhile, definitely goes for some cleanup here.
I'm busted. Who's keeping score?
Clav doesn't see anything else. What I was really hoping for is that Clav would see the Purifier, but no such luck. We'll come back to Clav for that second shot there. Griffith's got 4 in sight, but would set them on fire. 4 in sight, no fire. I like the fall. Can we find any damage on the Purifier? Is this a faceless? Let's risk it. Oh, you still retribution? That's really mean. I'm glad we learned about that. Importantly, wow, that shot sucks. Why is that so bad? No defense. Covering fire. Ah, interesting. Take it. Oh wow, okay. Take it with gusto then. Sure. Officer down there. I'm really annoyed about that retribution, I'm not gonna lie. There was one more Exalt that we haven't got in view here, so I'm gonna bring Hazel up just to see if we can. There they are. Hello. Hazel. For a brief shining moment there, I forgot that Hazel has got the world's worst aim. Okay. I feel like we want that thing dead, so I'm going to burn the run and gun to make it happen. There was a part of me that thought about just taking the shot from up here, but actually, wow, this is still such a bad act. Oh, it worked out though. We're good. And then Clav actually can see the elite officer with a reasonable 87. We'll take that. Okay. And then there's Griffith. Now. We needed to move Griffith, yes. That's something I neglected to remember for a brief moment there, but it's fine. I remembered when it counted. So, move up. And then face off. Let's go. 1. Nope. That's 2. Is that 3? That's 2 Exalt left. Yeah, we've got the one here in the back, and then this one is the one that Griffith actually missed. Okay. 74 with the pistol. 69 with the rifle. Would need a crit to land a kill. Or we could Shadow Fall. Which doesn't confirm a kill. I think we'll run the 69. Yeah. Okay, you got the hit-ish. Not quite what we wanted, but it's fine. I think there was a pretty good amount of value from that face-off. I'm a little bit concerned about the position that Griffith is now in. That's a lot of Chrysalids, good grief. Miss. Nice miss. Holy moly. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned here. Oh god, they're everywhere. There are a lot of Chrysalids. They do appear to be relatively clumped up, which means we might be able to get an incendiary bomb and cause some serious panic. The officer taking that shot is really good for us as well. Sorry, civilian. It's just how it is. And yeah, it looks like the map has finally shown up. Must admit, this isn't the most
Is it clear?
advantageous position to be fighting from. Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay, actually that's 7. 7's fine, we can take a 7.
Humans are awfully delicate. How'd you ever last this long?
Apparently I didn't need to be worried about Griffith, it was Hazel and Brenwyn that I should have been concerned about.
Thought you could hide, eh? I'll give you
Well, at least the cactus is still alive. Because means Griffith can, you know, maintain that cover. Let's see about polishing that officer off for one. They're dodging like crazy, hey? That does make me wish I brought those black eyes rounds. I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot of shielding on the fire burster there. I'd really 89, yeah. We go for the 89. I'd really like this to land, actually, and it does, so that's fine. Dropped a cannon for us too. Thanks. Okay. Can Mally see from here quite a bit, actually. So yeah, we'll move up. Got a feeling I'm going to regret it, but I can't really justify going for that loot. Not with all of this happening. Mally's shots are awful. Something not quite right there. Or maybe I'm just expecting too much, I don't know. Does feel like a frost bomb might be warranted on the fire burster here.
I can handle that.
See if Brenwyn can actually find it. They do. It would mean that the civilian gets frosty as well, but you know, that's fine.
Frag out.
Okay. There were a bunch of chrysalids around there, but we can't see them, so I'm not terribly excited about taking a shot when we don't know exactly where it's going to go, what it's going to do, etc., etc. This chrysalid does need to go, but ideally it goes by me finding a kill. The one just ain't going to cut it. That's so bad. That one's the frozen one. Clav, can you give us a bit of setup here? There is still that exalt in the back as well. Okay, that's the setup that we needed. Although, now that I'm thinking about this, yeah, it's really the only thing that Remy is going to be able to get any sort of impact from her. And I kind of want the chrysalids that we've got bearing down on our position to prioritize coming after Rymir because of combatives, untouchable, and all of that good stuff. 43% on Bakila Man there. Okay. Guess we'll try it out. 1 damage if nothing else. I don't love them being alive and healthy and happy. We could disorient. We disorient. Or stun instead. Hazel, like, ain't too good with a gun. But credit where it's due. Like, Hazel knows how to land stuns.
Oh, come on.
We might want to try and bring Clav closer and find some high ground to take advantage of, because where Clav currently is just they're not going to be able to be as effective as we really need them to be with this many enemies around. Fortunately, a shield did get off there as well, which isn't great. Yeah, it's a proper Chryssalid party going on in the back now. And that's on Rymir. Of course it's on Rymir. Why wouldn't it be on Rymir? This hunter knows what they're doing. I think, realistically speaking, we need to start putting some work into the Fireburster here. Just to try and get rid of it. There's an argument to be made for the blaster launch, but I prefer not to use it. This is where I'd love for Clav to end up. So, how do we make that happen? We're probably going to grapple across and then just... Yeah, we're going to have to just take the moves here. You know what? Grab that loot on your way. Laser sight and advanced focus, huh? Okay. Malicious wants to move up. Our friend here is going to be stunned for at least another enemy turn, so that's quite positive. Malicious does see... This blaster bomb does look good. It would kind of kill a civilian though, huh? How is this civilian and this... That's weird. They seem to be sharing a tile. Given the fact that you can't move, we'll reload you. And then, yeah, we'll see about getting this 72% in. Nice. Exactly what we were looking for. I don't love where Griffith presently is, but equally I'm not actually expecting any flank action to happen. Because in order to flank Griffith, one of the enemies would need to put itself into a flanking position, so I think this is probably worth just keeping Griffith in position for. Mainly so we can land the 2 shots on the Paladin here. That's that problem dealt with. Still got the shield bearer. Hazel could. There is an argument for moving Hazel up and just taking flank shots on the Exalt here, actually. Wow. So much damage. Brenwyn we need to move up as well, I think. Yeah, we probably do. Half cover up, full cover, huh? There's the question. We'll go the half. And then we'll actually run a suppression on the shield bearer here. And then there was Mali. Nah. Not sure what's going on with your aim there, Mali. Oh, that's combative's burnt, unfortunately. Yeah, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. The frozen civilian there. Just chilling. I don't know why I had that whole spiel about Griffith not being flankable from where they currently are, because that trooper's just listened to the entire speech and then promptly took a huge dump all over it. Fortunately it missed, but I was definitively wrong there about how Griffith couldn't be flanked. My word. Right, Hazel. Christ. Okay. The problem is that this thing does need to go now. I guess we just... Yeah. We'll try and grab this rescue. Hopefully it's not faceless.
Going in for the kill.
Okay.
Tell my kids
Is that problem dealt with?
I'm trusting you here.
No thanks to Hazel. Well, no, some thanks to Hazel. You know, the stun was incredibly valuable. It was just the fact that Hazel missed
Dead, it has to be
the
dead.
shots at such a degree. Point is, Makila Man is now lying face down in the dirt. And isn't that just what you want? Wonder if we could get a bit more movement with Clab if we raced for this. Not really, huh? Okay. Are we running any risk of grenades? No, I think we'll be fine.
Rolling out.
What is your aim? 72. That would probably explain quite a lot of the problems we're currently having here. 77 on the point blank will take. Okay, good. Remon ain't going anywhere. So you can just suppress the elite trooper for us. This won't secure a kill. However... Oh, Christ. That's not what we wanted, Griffith. That's really, really not what we wanted, good buddy. And I have to move you. Although, do I? I'm gonna. We have to risk this because we've still got a suppression on the go. Yeah. Okay. That ain't great.
I'm all right.
94%, by the way. I think my severe disappointment was warranted. After all of that, it was a faceless all along. I do enjoy when they shoot their own units. Like when a civilian turns out to be a faceless, there's a sort of it's always puts a smile on my face, I'll say. We've still got a pretty hefty amount of chrysalids between us and finishing this. And also, you know, that guy.
You really think you can hide from me?
Okay. Here is where we want Griffith to end up. And I want to check something actually before we start making other moves. We know Griffith's going to be here. So 93, 82, 76, 65, 63s, and then, well, 7. Hey. Sure. Okay, so that Chryssalid is reasonably something we can consider dead. That's good. Then Hazel is not moving because of the old tracking shot.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I don't love using the incendiary bomb on just these two, but yeah, there's still 12 kicking about, most of which are going to be Chryssalid, so I think we just reload and take a shot here with Brenman. Although the shots available are awful. Clav's finally, I say finally, it hasn't actually taken that long to get Clav where we need them to be, so we'll
Move already.
Clav upstairs here. And it's going to kind of depend on the 64% on the shield bearers. Just not really worth it, is it? we'll give it a go.
Ready.
I want to see, 66. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Connection. Never doubted it. Never doubted it. Okay. Malicious. I'm wondering actually if I'm wondering if a correct choice here is going to be a suppression of some description on the elite trooper. I think it is. Brenwyn, meanwhile, ain't going to achieve much of anything here. We'll come back to Brenwyn. We'll come back to Rymir. And we'll do a face-off. Let's see what you can pull out the old chestnut now, Griffith. One down. That's two. Oh, missing the shield bearer is not my idea of a good time. I had a feeling that one in the back would miss. 7%. It's not exactly good odds, is it? Okay, well, good enough. We got rid of some immediate threats, and we do have Rymir here to do a little bit of tidying up. So that'll trigger untouchable.
I got it right. Set 'em up and knock
Remove
them
the
down.
shield, and should enable us to get in a pretty good shot on this guy. Wow, okay. Who needs suppression after all, right?
Check it before you get too close. On reserves.
And then I think we just move Brenwyn forwards. They really, really like going for Griffith, do these Chrysalids. And
Smells like fresh blood to me.
a little bit of a concern. One of our more fragile squad members, after all.
I can see further than you think.
Still, Stasis Vest is doing some work for us here.
Hey, why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Do we want to use the free reload here, potentially?
No problem, boss.
Moving to designated coordinates.
I think we'd probably bring Hazel over to Griffith. Yeah. 76. Let's give it a go.
Get it together.
You're not moving. Lav needs a brace. We would have a shot on the trooper. I guess we can run the free reload and see what Malicious can accomplish. Never mind, we'll just go for the Overwatch.
Not good.
Yeah, I definitely need to get rid of that poison. It's a little bit of a scary amount of damage. Taking up by on Griffith there. I do like the free Overwatches that Clav gets. Get a lot of mileage out of them.
Keeping my eye on you.
Okay.
Get up and get back out there.
There's only 6 enemies left. We've killed 17. And 2 of them are still sort of inactive. I'm going to assume that it's just Chrysalids and then this trooper. Plus, of course, the Chosen. Yeah, we'll move forward here.
I definitely got that down.
Okay, so we got 1 Chrysalid, 2 Chrysalids. Alright, Clav, then. Should reliably kill this one. Sure enough, there it is.
You can't handle me.
And then, what's our percentage? It was pretty poor, wasn't it? I think we just go for the standard reload here.
Loaded.
See you next time.
What's over there?
Just keep moving up on the hunter now.
Position. On your order.
Just hope he doesn't decide to grenade us.
Scanning.
Yeah, this is fine.
Ready to go.
Overwatch.
Probably should have switched ambush on there on Griffith. Can I still do that? No. Asking too much. You know. No, we'll stay there. We'll stay there. Don't need to move any more further forward.
For this. Now it's time to prove your worth.
And that's a bad miss.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I'd much prefer an Overwatch to kill that. Nice work, Brendan. Thank you.
Not too shabby.
I see you.
Okay.
I'm watching you.
3 remaining, so yeah, 2 buried Chrysalids and then the Hunter. Sure. That's fine.
I hope it's worth it.
And that looks like we've entered combat with the Hunter at long last.
Nothing to an immortal commander. I have lifetimes to bring you down.
Finding those 2 extra Chrysalids is going to be a bit of a chore.
Heading to that location.
Okay, question 1. Yes. There goes your armor and your cover.
Nowhere to hide.
Is there really no means of you getting through here without being set on fire? Apparently not. Wow. Wow. What's going on there? We'll go for the high. Ramir's got the track. Bremen can move forward. You're chilling. 67? We can't find. Really? Just 67? No flank? What's going on there? Interesting. I don't love that. We'll leave the target. There we go. That's a nice 100. I'll take that. Times like this make you want Banish. But I'll still take a 13 damage critical for sure. Hazel can reload. 75. Now, actually, do we want to? Can we even? Oh yeah, we'll set it on fire instead, I think. What was peculiar actually is the blaster bomb didn't provide any shell shock damage.
Standing fast.
Or at least it didn't pop up that it had caused any shell shock damage. Wonderful hit from lead the target there. I'm pretty happy that he just decided to take a shot on a civilian. 72 then 100, huh? 72 first, seeing as it's free. Griffith, you're putting some work in today. And then that should be good night, Mr. Hunter. Next time we see you, we might well be in your stronghold.
One down. You surprised me once again, Commander. Maybe I need to reconsider my tactics. We've proven
And that leaves us with 2 Chrysalids. So,
putting them down for
take a gander over here. And nothing. That's like a real scavenger hunt.
If you say so.
Love me some scavenger hunt. I don't. I kind of wish they had the same behavior as the Faceless, where if they're like the only enemies left on the map, then they automatically reveal themselves and, you know, go, bleh, I'm a Chryssalid, but can't have it all.
I'm on it.
Got it covered. Moving to Overwatch.
And yes, bleh, I'm a Chryssalid is actually the way they sound in conversation. Where could they be?
On your order.
I should potentially be rescuing these civilians as we move around, just to, you know, stop them from being poisoned. But
No problem.
trying to introduce more elements. No, I was going to say I'm trying to introduce more elements of risk into my life, but I'm just going to rescue these civilians just to make sure it will translate into more chrysalids to deal with. I'm not about that life. One is active. Hello. Aha. Well, you could hide on top of that cliff, and you probably can, because we can't really get good shots on you.
Closing on target position now. Orders confirmed. On the move.
55, 46. It's just mine here. Just a little bit of extra insurance. Why not? Why not?
I'm on it.
I suppose the logical thing to do here would actually be to take the shot that we've got and then Overwatch otherwise, because Overwatch is ultimately going to be going on a aim penalty. So if we take Hazel here, for example, 46% is not a very good shot. Actually, we'll disorient it. That makes more sense. Or stun it and make our life harder. Damn your effectiveness, Hazel. Anyway, yes. Overwatch operates at an aim penalty, so if you've got a shot to take, such as Hazel did there, it makes more sense just to, you know, take that shot rather than do an Overwatch that's more likely to miss. There's a bit of give and take, because obviously the Overwatch would trigger if Chryssalid was closer to us, and there's all those bits to consider, but at what point do you just kind of go, I'm bogged down in mathematics that I need not be bogged down in, and move on?
I can handle that. Double time.
Make up for that last time there, Clough? 41 again? Nah, I didn't think so.
Shot wide.
Looks like another job for our resident Reaper.
Happy now? I'm spotted. I'm running low on ammo.
Overwatch.
Oh, hello. It's a second faceless. Which means there's still another Chryssalid out there. There it is. Going further away from us. Just, you know. Why wouldn't it go further away from us? We've gone this entire mission without this graphical error. Don't let me down now, Griffith. You've been doing so well. Kind of feeding Griffith some kills here, by the way. I'd really like Griffith to hit Colonel so we can see if they get tactical rigging, which I'm probably putting way too much value on. The more I think, like, the more I talk about it and
Got it covered.
harp on about it, the more I'm kind of like, is it really that important? It just does add to their effectiveness by a substantial amount, you know?
Affirmative. Covering now.
Got it covered.
This Chryssalid's kind of annoying.
Covering now.
It ran in that direction.
Understood. Moving out. Go. You're safe. Go. Back online. Rolling. On the move.
We will find you.
Whatever you say.
It's not this turn, apparently.
Moving to Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch. Already there.
I would rather not take any more damage if we can avoid doing so. Just, you know, because there's a UFO hunting us and etc, etc. Which is one of the reasons why I am still being a little bit cautious with our movement here.
Trusting you here.
Where are you, you irritating thing?
Moving to position.
I can handle that. If you say so.
How bizarre.
On the move.
Ah. Clav. There we go. Got there in the end, eh?
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. We're not picking up any additional contacts. The AO is clear.
Well, that went
Confirmed. Mission
pretty well,
accomplished.
I would say. Three kills for Clav, 90 damage is very respectable. 10 of 12 shot accuracy. And 2 of 2 on the Overwatches with the pistol there as well. So yeah, good innings there, Clav. MVP to Griffith, 10 kills, 134 damage. And finally gets a photo. And you know what? That one's fine. 1 kill for Malicious. We really need to find an aim PCS for Malicious, I think. Because, I mean, I really don't remember what early game was like for Shandon, who's one of our other Marines. But, like, I just feel like Shandon wasn't missing, 50% of shots. But at the same time, I don't know. Hazel as well, like, 3 of 4 shot accuracy, yeah, but I mean, that was like no damage being dealt. Even so, Hazel is a bit of a monster when it comes to using that arc blaster, so swings and roundabouts. Kill for Brenwan, 50 damage. Reasonable shot accuracy, I would say. And 5 kills and 88 damage for Ymir. But, yeah. Nothing quite like face-off, right? Nice to have the retaliation dealt with, though. It did, as they are so often wont to do, it took me by complete surprise. Like, they're one of those things where, like, okay, in the back of your mind, you know it's coming. But, knowing it's coming ain't the same as being, like, ready for it, you know? Regardless. Couple of scratches, couple of bruises, but otherwise home safely.
Well, temporarily.
7 days on Griffith. That'll be the Chryssalid poison there. 5 days. That ain't too bad overall, I would say. And 8 rescued civilians, 9 extra will. Gorse cannon. So that's the, minigun equivalent. It's kind of nice. Most of that's just corpses that we can use to sell, though. And 24 extra supplies a month, sure. Why not? I mean, we get that Gorse cannon just as Beam Cannon's about to finish, but don't worry about it. So, let's take a look at what's going on in the wider world. We have got a supply drop available. Ah, yes, we'll want to scan that then. And we've got an Advent Monument to blow up in 3 days' time, which will delay genetic strengthening, which is the Exalt get more hit points. Yeah, they do, yeah. So the combat chip provides more quotation marks radical options for their shoulders. I just love using acid on a Exalt guy that turns out to be immune to that sort of thing. Corporal R editor. What could that be a reference to? Although I'm wondering now, reading that, does that mean that, radical options means that, like, they gain immunities to stuff? Because that would be kind of annoying. At any rate, genetic strengthening is worth delaying, so I think we will probably blow up the Advent Monument there. We've got the offsite avatar facility available should we need to deal with the avatar project, but we've also got the black site data coordinates for that, and we've got alien facilities all over the place. So that's good news. Where, like, basically it's fine insofar as dealing with the Avatar project progress goes. We'll put a pause on this radio relay. We're not in desperate need of it, whereas some more alien alloys and Illyrium is definitely something I can get behind. And a new infiltration mission to neutralize a field commander. We're probably not going to be doing that, but let's get beam cannon research finished off here.
I do not think I could have predicted
Sure enough.
this outcome, though it is intriguing.
So, that's opened up quite a few new weapons for us. The energy cannon, solar flare for Diurna, the Leaf Star heavy cannon. I think the Illyrium phase cannon is what we can give to Kurog. And then there's the beam cannon there. Modular psionic amplifiers, instant Chryssalid autopsy, and we get a free energy cannon from all that as well, which is kind of nice. So, Chryssalid autopsy then.
Presumably, the name Chryssalid derives from assumptions made previously about the creature's unusual means of reproduction. Although rumors have long prevailed about the existence of zombies, created as a byproduct of the Chryssalid gestation, recent reports seem to indicate a new, equally disturbing means of propagating their species. Even my own intellectual curiosity is not enough to overcome my doubts as to whether or not it was really a wise decision for our troops to bring this particular specimen on board the ship.
Alright, Tigan, it's dead. Don't worry about it. The autopsy there is a reference to XCOM Enemy Unknown / Enemy Within, with the famous Newfoundland mission on the docks where Chryssalid's over on a ship and your squad gets wiped out because they come bursting out of the walls and the sharks and everything. And there are also Chryssalid zombies for some reason. That's unlocked us the acid canister and Hellweave, though the acid canister I definitely want to be able to throw onto Diurna. Just an AoE acid spray. Does exactly what you'd expect, gets rid of a lot of armor, and deals a respectable amount of damage. And then Hellweave, bit of extra health, and returns damage to any enemy melee attackers, and sets melee attackers on fire. Probably not going to use Hellweave. The stasis vests, hazmat vests, and plated vests all do way more for us, whereas Hellweave's far too situational. Still, it's there now, in case, you know, something takes over, and I go, oh, actually, Hellweave, though. We do probably... Let's just take a quick peek in the Shadow Chamber. Leave anyway, yeah, it's fine. Cryptid Codex data and Psionic Gate do need taken care of. Now, I would like to get access to alien schematic integration just to boost the damage our weapons can do. I'd also kind of like to do the Viper King autopsy for the Serpent suit. But, and there's also an argument for the Sectopod autopsy for the Gremlin Mark III. Our psionics would also need the Gatekeeper and psionic weapons, ideally. So, like, there's still quite a bit of research that's worth doing. Curse canister, eh? That's interesting. Modular psionic amplifiers would allow us to give an extra psionic ability to our psi operatives once we actually get them, but I'm really not too bothered about that overall. I don't think we're going to have a need for it. Plasma Lance in 8 days. Or Shadow Chamber. Progress. Tough call. Tough call. I think we'll set about the Plasma Lance research, and then we'll do this one, and then get an idea of how long the alien schematic integration is going to take, and then we can make a decision there. Because ultimately, we do have to complete the Black Site Vial Coordinates mission. Still a fair bit of research to do. Up next, though, Experimental Psi is going to finish building.
Now operational.
So let's take a look at what's going on here. This does at last unlock access to psionics for us, if we were inclined to be using them, which, you know, I am. We would need an upgrade. We need a couple of upgrades to actually get things online here, though. So let's just take a peek here. Power relay. Yeah, that'll give us a bit more. Sure, we could throw an engineer in there too. That's going to give us 5. Okay, so it's just 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That should give us enough power to do what we need to do, though, right? Crafting psionic equipment. That's 7 for the grading.
Commander, we've pushed our current power.
And that's us
system
at power limit. So
we don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities.
the
further.
other upgrade, convergent workspace. Additional space for staff to concentrate on crafting psionic equipment, huh? Okay, so grading then. Who do we want to put in here as a means of giving them access to psionics? I actually think our medics would be a pretty good call for this. 40 days? Nah. Let's just pop some scientists in here. And I need an engineer of some description, but we're using all of our engineers. Are we using all of our comms engineering? Yeah, we kind of are, right? We drop the 2? Yeah, we could. Okay. Gremlin in there. Cool. And, no. Oh, yes, that's fine. Although that drops someone from the proving ground, huh? All of a sudden, I want more engineers. Or do we? I mean, is it just the scientist that's needed for the grading? 13 days, that's better. Okay, so if we were to empty that... 22 days, so the engineer does count towards that, eh? Interesting. Although, at the moment, kind of just building at PCSs anyway, right? Or anything else in here that would be... Because if it's just PCSs, yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
I'll send word as soon as we're finished, Commander.
I'll carry on. And then we'll pop the engineer into experimental psi. Okay, and that means, yeah, 15 days. Okay, it's gone a bit all over the place, but the point is, we got there. 15 days is a long time to be without a troll pants, though. But I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it. And we just take another peek at what's going on here. Hazel's back in 3 days. So really, all it means is that our next mission is not going to have a field medic. Which is, you know, fine, I guess. Sure, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, and then 11 hours for the Advent Monument, which, yeah, we do want to do. So I think then, that's us for today. Next time, we'll be taking on Operation Frog Tsunami, which also has an enemy unknown on the ground and a psionic storm. So that should be an interesting mission. Something new for us to be dealing with, plus psionic storm. Do I really want to go into such a scenario with no field medic? Well, that's a problem for me another day. But right now, we'll call it there. Thank you very much, as always, and I will see you next time. Take care.